I have to get behind this camera to turn it on. But here I am. This chuck is working out really good, and I think it's one of the best used buys out there if you can get one under $500, which you probably can, and regrind the jaws like I've shown. This thing is very, very tough, and I cut this piece of stainless here. It had a bunch of wear in it. Maybe I'll include me turning that at the end of this video. But let's stick this in here and see how it runs out. Okay. We'll leave that much sticking out. And it's right here, I believe. What's this one? The master pinion. So I'm sticking that in there, and I just want to feel these jaws a little bit. They're still feeling a little bit rough. I didn't run the fine stone over them yet, but I sparked out the coarse stone. So I got it. I turn it. It can't be rotated. And see, there's no shake in it. I got all that out, that bell mouth. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and snug it. Set this key down here. And I'll get the old InterRapid. Now this is a product I do recommend, is the InterRapid indicator here. I've had this for 30 years. I managed to crack it, a crystal on it. Let's see what this is. Okay. You've seen me put it in there. If I can get this, I'll look through the back of the camera. These InterRapids do not show up as good as some others. There, it's showing up. Okay, let's rotate. And how much run out do we have? A little bit of roughness there. Why, that is less than 1/1000th. Yep, less than 1/1000th run out. We can run it the other way. A little bit rough surface here. I cut that at a 50,000th depth with a cheap insert. So we're within 1/1000th. Let's move it on out. Let's see, let's back this up a little bit so you can see it. Okay, that's the radial run out there at the chuck. Let's see how good it's doing out here. I gotta move the tailstock, hold on. What a tailstock it is. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can back this carriage up here. Get it to the end. All right. Well, just hanging in there. It has 1/1000th run out. That's not too bad. Let's have a look at something else just for fun. Now, I never do two-collar test on lathes, especially with a chuck. I don't know if you ever look at the old two-collar test. It's done between centers. Okay, let's check something out here. Let's just have a look. How's the health going here of this old machine? And right about there, let's see, let's get this, hold on. This camera's gonna fall off here. Hold on. This is not as good a setup as I've had. This camera's not very good for this. But I might get the other one going again, we'll see. Okay, this is a dial indicating snap gauge is what this is. And we're reading right there, just about 3/10,000ths on the negative side of 0. Let's get it right in the middle here. Let's see what we're doing. Let me get that right in the center of the anvils. 4/10,000ths. Well, what do you know? Just about 4/10,000ths there. All right. Maybe 5. So I was able to turn this piece here within 2/10,000ths. That's not too bad for an 80-year-old machine. That actually costs less than the retail value of this junk. This old Axelson was on eBay for $3,200. Buy it now. All right. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? I took that chuck that was basically really worn out. Let's stick a couple more pieces of stuff in there, okay? Just for fun. I'm checking this thing out to see what I can do with it, right? Okay, here's that master pinion. All right. Get this out of there. Yeah. Okay, I'll stick that away and use it for those kinds of things where I need that really gummy stainless. Okay, here's a piece of tubing, thick wall tube. Let me crank this thing out for that. Let's see how we can get this thing running. A different diameter. I hope you're all doing well. I am just peachy, very happy with this truck. Something like this makes me quite happy. It does. Okay, let's get that thing all the way back in the jaws. Okay. Same routine. Find a nice spot for that. See, I can still turn it, but it won't shake. Very nice. Very good jaw contact. See, I can still kind of rotate it. Let's try it right there. Okay. Get that indicator over here. See how this is running out. This is a flex bar arm on an old Starrett base. The flex bar base is really quite large. But Starrett makes a link like this, a link type. I find these just really ideal. There's some things you can do with this indicator you can't with others. And that is like pound on it. Okay, what do we got? Okay, we're running about 2 thousandths. Maybe 1/1000th and a half. No, 2 thousandths. Let's see if we can get that a little better. I think I can get it better in 2 thousandths. There we are. Oop, wrong. I grabbed that bar of steel instead of the chuck wrench. I use that gummy stainless on the wrench here, but you can't quite see it. Back it off. Okay, I'm going to rotate this a little bit right there. Let's see how that does. Let's get this over here. Ah, Looks like I got it to 2.5 thousandths. Let's try it one more time. 2 thousandths might be what it's gonna be. Might be on a burr though. Okay, I'm gonna pull it forward. See what that does. Well, on this piece of steel, it looks like just about 2.5 thousandths is going to be as good as I can get it right there. Let's see what it's doing out here. Okay. Now we got about 6 thousandths. So that's high right there. Now I'm gonna lean on that. Let me see if I can find which hammer. I'm gonna lean on that and give it a smack with a lead hammer. See what happens. Still high right there. Get a 3 little whacks. I knocked it the other way. A little too much. Yeah, see how much I'm shifting it? Way too much, I think. I'll try it a little easier. Watch it on the indicator. Yeah, these are opposite. I don't know. Not going to cooperate, is it? I'm going to loosen it. And try it again. I think I'm on a bad spot here. I'm going to slide that quite a bit more forward. Get it back this way. Try that. And way at the end here. Let's try wrapping it with this. Kind of bouncing that indicator. I should have it tighter. Okay. We're getting closer. Might be as good as it wants to get out here. I think that would have been a little too much. See, you can kind of drift stuff in the 3-jaw a little more than you can. What do we got here? Oh, that's where it should be, isn't it? Look at this, dead on. Okay, let's move it up to jaws. This is proving a little more fiddly than I thought it would be. Okay, what happened here? It's within a 1/2 thousandths at both ends now. How about that? Got a big old scratch there. Okay. Now, like I say, this big old 12-jaw chuck here, with the scroll, the jaws, and all that stuff, you see me drift this piece of steel around it and get it to run within a half thousandths true at both ends. And that's a good 10 or 11 inches out, probably a full foot right there. Look at that, isn't that nice? Now, if this was a hydraulics item, this would be ideal. Then you could proceed and do machine work on it, cut grooves, do whatever you want. And do it with an economical check, too. Okay, I'm going to stick a couple other things in here. Get this out of there. That is heavy. Okay. Now, I take pieces of steel and just even scraps like this and make a ring. And I use these for pushing bearings in. You'll never catch me striking a bearing with a punch. Never. Always make a part. If you got a pound on a bearing, make something like that, put it on the bearing, and then pound on that. Never strike a bearing because you can distort it more than you can imagine with a direct blow. I don't care what anybody says about that. I see people all the time striking bearings with punches, even bronze punches. You never do that. That's sloppy. I think I stretched this ring a little bit. So we'll see how it's doing. Get it on that master pinion. See how it likes that. Now I'm going the opposite direction, so it could be the old master pinion would be more accurate. Okay, that's time enough to machine it. Okay. I'll put it right on the top here first. Okay. I have to get a little higher angle. That's looking pretty darn good. Let's see how that's looking. That is within thousandths. Each marks a half thousandth. Just under a thousandth and a half. Now, you can do this. Let's see, where'd that go? All these little tools, right? So, when the needle goes that way, that's the high spot. So, I'm going to tap on it right here. Let's see what happens. Look at that, half thousandth. Oh, it slipped over to a thousandth. There we go. Try that. It's almost dead true there. It's just hitting some scratches. So you can take and drift things like this with a hammer. See, I just gave it a tap and knocked it true. This is for your young guys out there. Okay, we'll get that out of there. All right. And we can stick, what else can we stick in there? We can stick this piece in here. Here's another diameter. See, I can salvage this. This is some, like 4140 pre-hard. I don't know how accurate I can get that running. It is a long-winded chuck. Looks like I might have a chip in it. There we go. Find that master pinion's right here. Where should we grab it? Let's grab it right here on the fat end. Okay, grab it kind of more on the tip here, huh? A lot of times you have to grab stuff more on the tip of the jaws. Right, rotate it. Then kind of snug it. Now this chuck is kind of big, and like I say, there's clearances, and you got to work with those. Okay, see, we got quite a bit of run out. I'm starting to get it snug, so I'm going to start tapping it in a little bit. Snug it. Get it to that master pinion right there. Loosen it slightly and start snugging it. You see it? I don't know if you can see that jump when it started getting tight. Let's see what that does. Get a little bit tighter. Okay. I think I smacked it the wrong way. I get turned around on these indicators. Sometimes this one is backwards. There we go. That's where you want it, right? Still think I went the wrong way that time. Well, anyway, we are running. Oh, I got to get a 1/2,000 out of that anyway, right? Oh! Just about a tiny bit over 1/1000, I think. Let's see what that does. Yeah, about a half. That's under 1/1000. We'll call that good. Let's kick that out of there. Okay. Try something else here. It's fun checking out a chuck after you do this kind of work to it, because I tell you what, this thing wasn't worth beans before. Let's crank this thing down. This is kind of fun. I'm going to show you something kind of fun here. There's a little chip somewhere in there. We'll take this apart and clean it again. Not totally apart, get the jaws out of it. It's quite a chore to take this thing totally apart, and it's heavy. Look at that. Look how far this is. Okay. What I'm going to put in there next is, yeah, we're on the master pinion, a piece of 3/8 drill rod, oil hardening, some good old stuff that's really quite round. Here we go. Get that in there. Same deal, kind of rotate it, feel, make sure there's no burrs on the jaws. There we go, that feels good. Get a little snug, just tight enough to machine it for its size. Okay, how are we doing there? Look at that, it's running a 3/8 piece of drill rod within 1/1000th of an inch. That's not too bad, is it? I'll go a couple inches out. What's it doing? Yeah, within about 1/1000th and a half. Ooh, yeah. That's all right. I can't complain. Could actually machine make screws and stuff with that piece of drill rod. Now, I'm going to show you something that's pretty cool. Now, this big hole chuck, you know, you come off the scroll when you're grabbing stuff too, too big. Well, on this chuck, the jaws are coming off the scroll, grabbing something that small. Now, remember let me grab it. I did grind the jaws with this fixture, and I didn't have a large ring, so I ended up grinding the jaws at 1.25 inches radius instead of 2 inches, just having the jaws in here because my ring wasn't big enough. But I really think that that was the best move for me because I think it grabs at 3/8 a little bit better. It has no problem grabbing other. But looking at the chuck, it was never used much for grabbing outside. And using these outside jaws flipped around. It was just always used with the regular jaws, I call it, where both of these are in tandem. Now, one thing I'm going to mention, there is a proper way of grinding these jaws, but it's mostly done on cylindrical grinders. And that's where you grind the master jaws. You take these top jaws off, load the master jaws, and then grind them so you can put a bearing race or something round in there. And you have to back them off. And then only the outside jaws you grind. And that's all that contacts. And that's great. That's fine for cylindrical grinders because there's not that much of a force as there is turning. So you want to have the full standard jaw contact, both the master jaws and the outside jaws. Now, I'm a person that does not work with aluminum jaws. If you want to make aluminum jaws, you make all the aluminum jaws you want. But they're a waste of time for me in the work that I do, grabbing all these different sizes, different, you know, all this different stuff. And you seen me get it true, too. Okay, I'm going to load this video, and I hope you guys have a good Saturday. I got all these things to do. I'm going to put the heavy 4-jaw chuck on here and turn some castings I came up with. So maybe I'll turn on the camera for that, or at least take some stills. Now, have a good day. Bye-bye. Turn this off.